Before you is a medical lab through returned torture chamber. The smell of old blood and decayed flesh permeates the room. Gory stains speak of the body's fluids spilled without regard for well-being or hygiene. There are bodies, probably former patients, trapped in hideous machines enduring horrific experiments. The subjects you can see all appear dead. Any that aren't must wish they were. You've chased Holmes to his lair. Just as his face reveals an ugly soul, so does his safe haven, it would seem. Holmes, Silas, the Emerald City Ripper, the elf is a monster beyond compare. It's time to end this. Right, so... okay, I did come to the right conclusion about Silas killing Holmes, but yeah, he's... yeah, it was so he could become a doctor and then do all that puppeteering of people. But but he specifically was looking for human body parts, at least this time. Another intercom crackles at your elbow. One solid blow would offer a few moments of blessed silence, but this is also a rare chance to get a word in on the good doctor, who greets you with more of his chittering laughter. You're a persistent one, a fine specimen indeed. How much longer are you going to hide, Doc? Hide? Nothing of the sort. I'm simply in observation, and what I have next in store should prove more illuminating. Pietzel, subdulum. Who the hell's this? Iron Mage, Surgeon. Yeah, I'm probably not going to like this Iron Mage. Oh, who the hell's that? Oh, cool. Maybe I just like do a heal. Self. Yeah, okay. Well, nice knowing you. Cool. Oh, damn. Really? He's asleep? Well, that's good. If he remains done, huh? Can't you do anything right? And yet so... Done it. And blind him? If I can blind him. Ah, no. Yeah. Yes. And it's him. Yes. Hit him again. You can hit him as well. The thing about axes, they never run out of damage. How's he doing? Not too good. Ha ha ha. Oh, I hit him. Yeah, that's hit him. Hit him again. Oh, monster's gone. We got him. Oh, do I get to speak to him? Holmes drops to the ground, the light in his eyes fading, but something keeps the shriveled husk of his soul stuck in his mortal coil for a few moments more. This place of broken things, I remake them. She asked me to remake her. Ah. He manages one more laugh. Ha ha ha. His glazed eyes rolling towards a workbench across the way. She was playing, both of us. Then, with a final bloody whimper, the Emerald City Ripper breathes his last. Well, I did wonder whether he was making something specific. It did seem a bit weird that he was only collecting like human parts. Holmes's workbench falls somewhere between coroner's slab and medieval torture device. It is decorated in many colours of death and littered with instruments of the trade. To one side there is a leather-bound journal stuffed with uneven pages. To the other, a pocksec, whatever that is. It's a small screen. Its small screen still glowing. Beneath the bench is a rolled sheaf of papers held closed with a tight length of surgical tubing. Okay. Pocket secretary. Okay. Holmes is still logged in, granting you access to his currently loaded files. Prominent among them is a hospital report from the donor program. Its lists of organs besides the names, vital statistics, and of recipients. Your eyes catches the name Sam Watts' name beside the entry of liver. Also on the list are the Ripper's other known victims, along with several others who may have shared the same fate. There are also a large sum of new yen which can easily be transferred to your account. And I think, even with it doesn't give me option, I think I've done it. Investigate the workspace. A bench has clearly played host to numerous bodies over its lifetime. It includes limb restraints as well as skeletal traction mechanisms. At this table, Holmes likely dismembered bodies, or quite possibly put them back together. The tackiness of the blood suggests it has been used relatively recently. Skim the journal. Leafing through the pages, you find a few intelligible journals entries. Holmes may not have been a real doctor, but his handwriting certainly fits the stereotype. Stuffed in the last few pages is a copy of a disinterment order for a local cemetery, with the grave's occupant marked as Melinda Watts. I did wonder, okay, not out loud, but I did wonder whether, whether his mother. Unfurling the large sheet of paper, you discover a diagram of the human female form rendered to an impressive level of detail. It appears to be the blueprint of Makey Holmes' very own monster. Alrighty. Yeah. Whoa. I look like a kinky pair, don't I? I think I'm pretty messed up. Oh, it looks like I've got a lot of karma to spend. I am actually very tempted to put it under body so I get more hit points. Yep, let's do that. Oh, these are the slavey people he was creating. His chip slot is still fresh. The open wound pink and wet and lurid. His voice drips innuendo, but his eyes say nobody's home. Well, I guess they would look like kinky people then, wouldn't they? Well, hello there. Did you come to play? I'm not in the mood for games. Oh, don't mind him. Am I more to your liking? Let me take care of you by a name. She's assembled in a standard config. Face of a schoolgirl, body of a stripper. You'd need some thick beer goggles to miss the work she's had done. Wow. It's disturbing. As you approach the exit, you realise Shannon lingers quite a few steps behind. Looking back, you see that she's half turned, looking pensively towards the horror show of Holmes's lab. Finally seeing your eyes on her, she faces you and raises her head in a proud, almost defiant manner. We have done much here tonight. We have removed 2 vile creatures from this world, and so ended a growing shadow they cast upon the city. Our paths crossed and joined, and we did this thing together, but now our paths must divide. You saw what I saw. This isn't over yet. No, it won't be over for some time to come. A distant cry of pain echoes down from somewhere above, and the young shaman pauses to listen to the tortured sound. There is still more work to be done, for both of us, but what must be done differs for each of us. I came here to find justice for my brother, and that has been done. His spirit can now find rest, but there are other victims of the Ripper, both alive and dead, who still struggle to be at peace. Many of them are here in this place, filling the halls with their torment. I cannot leave them behind. But the spirits have something else in store for you, a different path. You must finish what you've begun. You must confront the first evil that fostered the one we have just ended. You realise most of the poor bastards in this place wouldn't appreciate your effort, right? I do not do it for their gratitude, but because it is a mercy I can offer. Because of you, my brother's killer has met swift justice, and justice is the only sort a man as Holmes deserved death. I will now set to the task of healing those he has left behind. For every madman we faced here tonight, there are a dozen innocent souls crying in need. The spirits of the departed will also need help in passing, or else I fear they may become like those we met in the hangar. They all deserve my help. And what about Lone Star? They can't be far behind. When they enter the room back there, they will have no thoughts other than thoughts of promotion. With Ripper in hand, my brother will be forgotten along with the other victims, but so too will I. They will not be a problem. Whether that's true or not, Shannon's confidence and very presence seem capable of making it true. Good luck to you, Trollop. I hope you can find the same justice for your friend that I found for my brother. Thank you, Shannon. Transition to new location. The ride back to the Seamstresses Union is quiet compared to the pandemonium left behind at Mercy Hospital. Lone Star Squad cars pass you on the road, sirens blaring, no doubt in response to the aftermath of your showdown with the late Dr. Henry Holmes. The Emerald City Ripper, the man who violently repossessed the internal organs of Sam and Jessica's mother, Melinda Watts. And although the killer is dead, his grip on the city is broken. It's clear he wasn't working alone. There are loose ends aching to be tied. The taxi turns into Redmond Way, cruising past now familiar landmarks until the Seamstresses Union, in all its decadent seedy glory, materializes between swipes of its overworked windshield wipers. Time to evaluate your next move. The Union is quiet this afternoon. The salarymen and wage slaves haven't migrated to nearby offices and suburbs to dabble in the exotic yet. Hi, Johnny. There she is. There she is. We were just talking about you, Trollop. And the Emerald City Ripper. Ironic that you tracked a serial killer to a mental hospital. Johnny Clean told us that where you were going. Oh, May, we have been waiting for your return. One killer more or less in this place, what's the difference? Seriously? We each have our reasons for wanting the killer found. Sam was a regular here and his loss has been felt regardless of his shortcomings. The whole sprawl has been shaken by these killings as well, the randomness of them. No one knows if they will be next or what the killer might take from them. I admit that the killings have hampered business as well. I'm sorry, but it's true. It does not help that Sam's body was found down the street from here. Even my regular customers have been loath to venture out with a killer on the loose. Now tell us, oh May, did you find the person responsible for the Ripper murders? The person responsible? No. The killer, yes. I don't understand. Are you saying the killer wasn't responsible for his own actions? This sounds more complicated than I suspected. Oh yeah, the whole thing was a Frankenstein job. The Ripper was harvesting body parts to resemble Sam's mother, Melinda. All the victims had transplanted organs, her organs, and the Ripper was taking them back. The three are silent as the news sinks in. So, Sam had an organ transplanted from his mother, and then the Ripper killed Sam and all those other people to resemble Sam's mother? Looks like it. I sense a cause and effect in this. Coyote and Jake Armitage just left here to attend Sam's funeral, and I'm told there will be a reinterment ceremony for his mother as well. His sister invited me to the funeral and the reinterment ceremony when I met her here. I think his sister Jessica has something to do with it. Hang on, I saw Sam's sister when she was here the other day. She was as corp as they come, but I can't imagine a lady like that behind a series of murders. There's got to be something else going on. It is clear that you must go to the funeral and talk with Jessica Watts, Trollop. And I need to pay my respects to Sam. Of course. Wait, before you go, there is one thing you did not tell us. Where is the Emerald City Ripper now? Well, he isn't in heaven, that's for sure. Hi, that is good. Okay. So just go to the funeral, is it? So basically walk right out that door. Confirm. The sun is nearly set when you reach Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament, its ceremony dilapidated and overgrown. It sits upon a small hill on the outskirts of the city, a sombre enclave of dead overlooking the sprawl of the living. The Seattle rain continues unabated, and lighting appears over the mountains, exposing the landscape in staccato pulses of stark flashes. You walk the gravel path to the gates of the cemetery. Up ahead you see Coyote and Jake standing by the gravesite alongside Jessica Watts and another mourner, a beautiful elven woman in a six-figure outfit. Whatever Dr. Holmes was up to at Mercy Mental Hospital, the answers lie here, with the reinterred body of Melinda Watts and the recently deceased body of Sam Watts, and with those attending them at his ceremony. Okay, one of the things I'm not sure about is with, Dr. Dr. Holmes basically being replaced by an imposter. Was the original Dr. Holmes a good guy, or was he like the guy that started this sort of kinky body shop business? Or was that his replacement? Because they're kind of, just using Dr. Holmes as like the name of his murderer and not, so it's not really very clear on that. So I'm confused. Yeah, so I'm equipping it with everything I got at the moment. Should I board a squad? Is that the implication here, that I should have bought a friggin' squad for the funeral? Hi Jessica. The mourners stand graveside listening to the Catholic priest's word of prayer and solace. Jessica's face is filled with relief as the last of her family is laid to rest. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Lord, receive the soul of Sam and Melinda Watts, mother and son, to live forever by your side. Amen. Thank you, Father. I know that my mother rests easy now that she's finally in the parish cemetery. I'm sorry for your recent loss of your brother, but I'm glad that interring your mother's body here has brought comfort. She loved this parish so. Jessica Watts opens her hands to the elf standing across from her. Thank you for coming, Lynn. Your support has meant the world to me. Now I can live again with my new family. The woman is a classic elven beauty, confident, poised, expansively dressed. Of course. I'm glad that this ancient ritual brings you some measure of solace. I hope you'll be able to put all of this behind you now. Jessica speaks to the rest of you. Thank you all for coming. I didn't realise Sam had so many friends. I appreciate your support and your friendship with Sam. Jake, I saw him out the night he died. Only fitting to see him out today. Sam may have had his problems, but he was our friend, part of the Union family. He will be missed. Miss Watts, family members and friends, thank you for attending the service. I suggest we don't linger here. The cemetery isn't safe after dark. Thank you, Father. Will be just a moment. Not so fast, sister. I need some answers out of you. I'm sure Father O'Malley doesn't appreciate such a tone on these grounds. Father, if you'll excuse us. Of course. I'll be inside if you need me. Father O'Malley leaves, granting you an opportunity to speak with Jessica, but it's hardly a private conversation as the elf Lynn has chosen to stay and support her friend. As it happens, Jake and Coyote have also lingered, lending you support too. Thanks, guys. Alright, what would you like to talk about, Trollop? Let's start with your mother. Did you know she was an organ donor? Jessica's demeanour turns oddly cold and stony in response to such a simple question. I'm afraid you're mistaken. Then can you explain how our body parts made their way into half a dozen recipients? You don't know what you're talking about. I know Sam helped your mother save lives through that donation. Her jaw clenches. She wasn't a donor, she was a victim of my brother's greed. He took from her, desecrating her body, all to benefit himself. She never would have agreed to such a thing. Not even to save the lives of others, lives like Sam's. Cracks start to appear in Jessica's carefully crafted mask. Sam destroyed his own liver, pursuing oblivion. That was his choice. Your mother's gift meant a second chance for Sam. It was not a gift, it was stolen. I wasn't about to let him destroy what little remained of her with his vulgar appetites. So you hired Holmes to get it back? Jessica's eyes burn with righteous anger. Gone are any attempts to hide her guilt. Dr. Holmes made my mother whole again. He made it possible for me to place her to rest and say goodbye. He killed Sam and half a dozen other people whose lives had been saved by your mother. She snaps. Those people were scavengers, ghouls. They deserved to die for desecrating my mother's body. And poor Sam? It was his drinking and debauchery that drove my mother to the grave, as sure as if he had murdered her himself. My mother deserved honour and dignity. I gave her that today. She's finally whole again with a proper Catholic burial. Those ghouls who stole her organs, including Sam, have paid the price for their sins. Lynn, the beautiful elf, breaks in, the essence of calm. Jessica, that's enough. We have business to attend to. My old family is dead and buried where they should be. They can't taint my new family now. They can't corrupt my children. I won't go through that again. Jessica, we need to go, now. She presses a button on her comlink. What happens now is on your head. If you had just walked away when I told you to, McCluskey would have eventually found Holmes, collected his lieutenant's badge, and closed the case. But you had to keep digging. Now you and your friends have to die. Let their blood be on your hands. Mom, we received your code red. Only 3? No problem. Hey. Neutral turn. Cowards! Oh, heal wound, Jake. You're my new best friend. No? That's fine. I'm just please. Ah, poop. Oh, there's a lot of them coming. Better. Okay, Coyote. What can she do? Oh no, I'm getting real flanked too. We need to find out where Sam's sister might have gone. Maybe one of these guys can tell us with a little encouragement. Where is we? Well, that I would love. How about that for encouragement? I think I just hop back here. Damn. Oh, we have to move quite a long way. I'm sure they're going to get shot off. He's going to try. All 12 damage, that's a lot. Oh. bad. Should just be able to whale on this guy. Oh no! Not in good. In a good position there. Oh, I think I got myself as well, that's not good. Probably shouldn't have got myself. That was a bad idea. Scratching from the crypt. Oh, this is going bad. This is going down bad. Why can't she hit anything? Come on, Biology. Better than this. Looks like we woke up the neighbours. We've got ghouls incoming. Hey, Trollop. Maybe we can use this to our advantage. I hope so. Heal spell. Trollop. What's that? Did that work? She doesn't look like she's got any more points. after those guys. Yeah, I can do deal with them. More scratching coming from inside the crypt. Oh dear. Oh, they're coming my way. Oh dear. Oh no! Infection! How do I get rid of that? I'm not sure I can. I want to run for it. Seriously run for it. Can I get away from you? Where do I have to get? Oh yeah, we have to get away from him, don't we? Okay. Hey! You got a bit more on your mind than I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing, unfortunately. What am I supposed to be doing? Secure the cemetery? Now maybe I can like get out a thing? Anything? She got anything? Yeah, she has. Frag grenade. Miss! Ah! Damn. Use it on yourself. These frag grenades are rubbish. Now we're supposed to use this to our flaming advantage. Ow! Hey, can you get the flame off? Bugger! Does she have... Yes. What does... That should work? Oh, there we go. Interrogate the leader. There we go. You listen to the sounds of gunfire and spellbursts fade away, and the silence of the dead returns to the cemetery. The man is beyond healing. As you look down at him, you notice the quality of his suit and shoes. This isn't a runner, he's not from the streets. Jessica Watts. She hired you. Where can I find her? You get nothing. He convulses and dies. We don't know each other too well, but it seems to me that you need to find a better group of people to associate with. You're not the first person to tell me that. Well, it's part of living in the shadows. Do your research, Chummer. That woman, Lynn, seemed familiar. Yep, she's a major spokesperson for the Universal Brotherhood. Her name is Lynn Telestrian. She's super rich. Jake grabs the dead man by the throat. At first it looks like he's trying to kill him again, but then you notice he's feeling for something under the skin. Yep, he's got a Corp ID chip. He watches Jake pulls out his modified PDA and slots the chip. Mr. Wiley here was with Eagle Security. They work for the UB. That must have been Lim Talisian's security detail we just chewed through. If she's protecting Jessica, they'll be inside the Universal Brotherhood. If you're going to hit the Universal Brotherhood, I'm going too. That psycho just admitted she had my friend Sam and a lot of innocent people killed so she could put her dead mother back together. That is totally slagged up. Plus, she and her elf buddy Lynn just tried to geek me. They're gonna hurt from that. Suit yourself, lady. I was only stopping by to pay my respects to Sam. Not my scene at the moment. Shame about that, Jake, because you're really, really good. I can call some of Delilah's runners. If you want to go there now, let me know what you decide. Ooh, 8 calm. Is there anything in here? My little poke around. Oh, there is stuff. There's stuff. Frag grenade. Jazz. Weird. Hence the Seamstresses Union to regroup and hire a team. Or possibly not a bad idea. I've got 10 karma at the moment. It cost me all of it. Yeah, I think that's probably better. I can't save at the moment. Yeah, so hire runners at the Union. Sounds like a good plan. It does sound like a smarter plan.
Thank you to my epic patrons who make videos like these possible. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.